Welcome to the Franchise Woman podcast, where passion and purpose collide, profits are made, and relationships forged. I'm Rebecca Monet, CEO and Chief Scientist at Zoracle Profiles. I'm here with my co-host, community advocate, speaker, author, and entrepreneur, Tracy Cowett. Tracy, we have two very special guests, aunt and a niece, Meera and Tejal Patel, and I know I butchered that, but you're going to correct me, I'm sure. So Meera and Tejal Patel are proud owners of Waxxpot, both in Dallas and in Fort Worth. After successful careers in the corporate world, the duo was ready to take a leap into entrepreneurship, where they joined the Waxxpot portfolio. Meera spent 4 years working for Merrill Lynch in wealth management, and her aunt, to Shawl, please tell it for me again. I'm butchering it.
That's good.
Tejal.
Thank you. You spent 28 long years in the hospitality industry. So despite having no prior business experience personally, their determination and grit propelled them forward and allowed them to learn invaluable lessons about business ownership along the way. And I'm hoping you're going to share some of those, guys, for our listeners today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We're super excited. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice that you're both here with us today. So I'm just going to ask this the way Rebecca asked it to you off camera. How in the world did the two of you decide that you wanted to work together?
Yeah, absolutely. For Tejal and I, it was natural to work with family. Just coming from my parents working in the family business and then their parents working in the family business. I just knew that in any business that I do go into, I want it to be family and I want it to leave a legacy just like my parents are doing for me and hopefully I do for my kids. Tejal?
Yeah, so it's more natural because in our culture, we live together, moreover, and so running a business together became natural, and passing on to generations, it becomes just natural overall.
Wow.
I'm so glad you brought up the cultural piece, Tejal, because we do see this in the Indian culture. Families coming together to run business together, businesses passed down from generation to generation, the encouragement of family members. And I gotta say, I'm envious, right? Because we Americans aren't quite like that. So tell us a little bit more about this beautiful culture of family and how it just naturally made you go, I'm going to work with my niece, or your niece saying, I'm going to work with my aunt. What was the thought process? Did an idea just pop into your head and you say, what do you think? Should we do it? How did that happen?
Honestly, it wasn't even a question for us. Even in this whole process of us owning our own business, never in my mind did I think, do I want to work with my family? It was just, are we doing this? Let's do it. And Tejal can elaborate.
Absolutely. Meera and I were just talking one day, and Meera said, here is some opportunities that we have been searching or looking forward to. There's some homework has been done. What do you think? And I said, I feel like it's a great idea. Let's jump in. And at this moment, we are together working 2 stores, operationally successfully executing 2 stores.
That is so neat. You know, you both knew that you wanted, it wasn't even a question. It's like, it was almost like, when are we doing? When and how? Right? We're going to do this together. What are we going to put our collective focus into? What I'm wondering is, what are some of the byproducts, like the positives, the benefits that came out of this union of business ownership together that you weren't expecting?
For me, Meera being second generation, like I'm her aunt, obviously there's a generation gap. And I had no nervousness or any doubt that will I be able to work with her or not, because I know from beginning that I will have lots of opportunity to learn from that generation. Tech savvy, the way we communicate nowadays is completely different, and I'm learning that from Meera, and it gives me more excitement that today I'm going to learn something new and great that I can implement in my daily operational or even professional life, and I just look forward to do that every single day.
That's cool.
Yeah,
What
and
about
just to add on to Tejal. Yeah, just to add on to Tejal, for me, it is very much, we do have a big generational gap between us. And I learn so much on the operational aspect just from her experience, and how to navigate certain conversations with our employees, better ways to go about conversating with our teams. And I'm just super grateful just to have someone that I, can look up to and is my mentor and business partner and.
It's got the chills. That's so
Me
nice.
too. It's so interesting when you guys were working on your audio. Tracy said to me, sisters. So when you said a big generational difference, when we look at the two of you, we'd hardly see it. I mean, Tejal, you are so youthful. I can't even imagine much of a gap there. So, but again, the two of you bringing your own wisdom and own perspectives to things, and this beautiful trust that brings you together to build these businesses. So let me ask both of you ladies a question. When you look at your personal life and your business life, can you see some kind of a theme or thread or philosophy that runs through your life?
Yeah, so in the sense of when it comes to philosophy and what we live by, it is honestly, we take it day by day. Both of our stores, we realize that both stores are very much different in the sense of the way our teams navigate. And coming from, a finance background, and Tejal coming from hospitality, the beauty world is very much different when it comes to the employees, when it comes to the type of clientele. And every day we take it day by day, we learn something new, and we just keep expanding our knowledge in this industry.
Wow. Tejal, how about you? What thread do you see through your lives?
I feel that looking at myself at Meera age, I had a vision very clear that I always wanted to be a very independent woman, and I began my steps making forward to start wherever I could get in. English was my second language, so there were some difficulties, but I didn't let that come on my way. I worked it through and got up to a corporate level of positions. But one thing I always carried in my personal life and professional as a thread is that be loyal to yourself. When you become loyal to yourself, you implement that into every step you move forward with. So even with the business, to the clients, to your employees, to your colleagues, being loyal is equally important as much as running a business or operating the business. And I feel that has taken both of us, Meera and I, very long ways. And we are so proud of ourselves when we keep these values within in this business, for sure.
Wow.
I love that. Rebecca and I do a lot of work, of course, with the Zorko profile, and we're always talking about values and assessing people's like top 7 driving values in business. What do you think are the core values? Like, have you defined the core values for Waxxpot? What are your personal or professional driving values?
Yeah, our establishment for both of our stores and our teams, our core values are honesty. Our main number one is customer service, in the sense of we never let our clients leave without feeling good about themselves. And that is really, really how we run our operations. Personal is, again, loyalty, having loyalty towards one another, being open-minded is very, very important, especially in this day. And overall, just having a professional environment is very important for us as well.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Anything you
For
want to add?
me, I feel the same way Meera said. Transparency, loyalty, and great customer service. Every business has their own product to sell, service to sell, but what sets each business apart is a care, genuine care for clients and employees, and a great customer service. And that comes only from within. You cannot have a policy to be great customer service. It comes within, and it starts with the ownership, and that reflects to employees, and it automatically connects to the client.
Beautifully articulated. You both mentioned the word loyalty a few times. That's a very powerful word. And I know as family, there's loyalty to one another and loyalty to your customers, loyalty to the brand. I want to highlight, though, the loyalty to self, Tejal, that you talked about just a moment ago. The picture I got was like personal integrity, being, this is who I am, and this is what I value, and I'm going to live my business and my life that way, not compromising that. So kind of a personal integrity almost. Would that be the way you would describe it, or can you expound on that for me?
Absolutely, you got that right. Personal integrity is very, very important, because being true to yourself, being loyal to yourself, that sets lots of expectations across the board. So it becomes very clear on both sides, and it makes it every business or even personal life very clear and smoother across the board.
Yeah. So, and then there's a second part of that question, because I like how these two themes are coming together. The theme of being loyal to ourselves and this day by day idea that you have, Meera, which has you fully present in the business, fully present with your clients. My guess, making you very sensory acute, meaning paying attention to things that are going. Nothing's going to get past you. Can you tell us a little bit more about your thoughts on that? The day-to-day, being in the moment, being fully present.
I think that's very, very important. As business owners, I knew in any business that I'm going to go into, I am going to learn every single role. I don't ever want to give my employees the idea that I'm just over you, and that, this is your role and this is my role. I'm very, very transparent with my team. Tejal's very transparent as well. And to me, it's very important to know each role in your business, in your operations. And so that is the main reason why we are there every day. We listen to conversations. It's important for our employees to see that we are here to help. We are here to help navigate any tough conversations. We're there to support them. main thing and overall is support. In this industry, it is all about supporting your team. It is a very demanding and very labor-intensive industry, and without support from ownership and management, it can go sideways very easily. And so Tejal and I really prided ourselves in wanting to be in the moment and present to show that we do care for our employees, we do care for our clients.
Amazing. I think it's so important to know all of the different roles. So, kudos to you for really having that passion, because I think there are people who basically their thought is, well, this is what I'm good at and I'm going to stay here. But that's really a difficult thing to do when you own your own business, right? So what I'm wondering is, what each of you brought from your past experience. What did you bring with you that was unique to business ownership?
So from my past experience, I am very heavily focused on customer service and being very, very client-oriented, because that in every industry, whether it's an industrial business or whether it's customer service or hospitality, in our hospitality industry, customers are always right. We all know that that's not a true statement, but we make it possible. And so that bringing that background helped us and our store sets apart, because it just becomes natural to give that great customer service. And being in the hospitality industry, clean, because we sell hotel rooms. So clean rooms is that's bread and butter of the industry. And so clean store, clean environment, coming clean in a clean clothes, it speaks a lot about the business. So those are the heavy points that I always focus on, and we have been doing great at both of our stores.
And you, Meera? What is your background? You got a great background there.
Yes, so coming from the financial industry and going into complete 360 beauty world, what I have taken into both of our stores is one, the back end. I'm a numbers girl, and so being able to project and expect what our stores should be making, that's kind of my bread and butter. And then not only that, prior to being in the financial industry, I worked in a retail space, and my mother actually is an esthetician. So I've grown up being in the beauty world, learning how to take care of yourself. And my mom, she taught me that the best way to present yourself is when you are, like Tejal said, fully cleaned and you are proper. And so I took everything that I knew and I brought it into Waxxpot, into our team. Customer service is a huge thing in the financial world. I worked with a team of advisors. So working in a team, I brought to Waxxpot as well, how to navigate conversations when it was in a team setting. So yeah.
This is incredible. So it is a good blend of skills that you brought and life experiences. So let's talk about Waxxpot. What was it about Waxxpot that was a perfect fit for the two of you?
It was the brand itself, the infrastructure when it came to the support. Being first-time franchise owners for Tejal and I, our biggest nerve, the biggest thing was for us is, how in the world are we going to do this without having any experience about how to run a business specifically in waxing in the waxing industry. And Waxxpot, from the very first time we did our reach out to our discovery day and up until today, they have a very strong skeletal system when it comes to supporting franchise owners and franchisees. That is really what sold us, was their commitment to helping us succeed and helping us get ready for us to go live, being Waxxpot. The second thing for us was the brand itself. Like Tejal and I have kind of said, at the end of the day, we want our clients to feel comfortable about themselves. Waxxpot prides themselves when they say that every quote unquote body is welcomed. We love the inclusivity of it. And we loved the fact that they make every client that come to Waxxpot feel good about themselves by the time they leave.
You know, Tracy, what this is reminding me of a little bit is a conversation we had. So Terry Simpson, that talked about loving self, you know, as if your life depended on it. Your mom taught you that to first love yourself, take care of yourself, present yourself well. And that goes right into the customer service and helping others love themselves by taking good care of them and showing them that they have value through no matter who they have value, and you're going to take really, really good care of them. So share with us, Tejal and Meera, where you're going. Are you going to take over Dallas? You're going to take over Fort Worth? Are you going to expand? Are you going to become the mayor of the town? What are you thinking to do?
Yes. Our intent
the answer is yes.
Yes. Our intent, yes to everything. Our intent is to expand. We chose Waxxpot because it was never introduced to the DFW Metroplex. We want to be the ones to introduce it in all parts. And that is primarily why we took 2 stores in both polar opposite ends of DFW as well. Yeah. So we have the intent. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That is so exciting. You know, you mentioned something, Meera, on the pre-tape when we were talking about how you manifested owning your business. I was wondering if you could speak to that. And when you mentioned living your best life, I want to know what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. My generation is very much, it's like a teeter-totter. We are very, very hesitant on taking opportunities because we live on the what ifs. Mm-hmm. What ifs aren't going to get you nowhere. And so for me, it was manifesting what I wanted, which was to be my own boss, to live my best life, to be successful in anything that I do. And I took it by the reins and I ran with it with the support of family. And for me, it really is just, in my generation, never let opportunities pass. We're so quick to answering things with what ifs. Again, it's not going to get you nowhere. Take opportunities, run with it, and you have control at the end of the day.
Does this sound a little bit like FOMO? Fear of missing out?
Exactly.
So, Tejal, you are an opportunity seeker too. Your eyes are wide open to opportunities. Has this been your whole life where you sort of see things and you jump on it quickly?
Yes. I personally I never thought that hospitality, I would ever get out of hospitality industry because I was so passionate. It was my first love, I would say professional first love. But when actually COVID came through, things started changing a lot. And I felt like I need to pause in my life and sit back and see if there's something out there which is different. And definitely I was looking for an opportunity where I challenged myself that let me get out of this industry and look for something different. And that's where Meera and I were one day talking, and we end up talking, looking for an opportunity. Of course, Meera manifesting it, and we decided to run. The opportunity came and we ran. Hold our hands and we ran.
Oh,
That's so exciting when you realize that somebody else has that same passion, that same drive, that same intention, that same vision of the future. Like, what was that moment like? Was it like a light bulb going off? What was that moment like?
It made my entire body so warm. And
Mhm.
I remember when we opened, we revamped both of our stores. It was like opening day. Tejal and I looked at each other in our eyes, and we literally said, we did it. And we were jumping like little kids in a circle. We were so excited. And this, Tejal mentioned it has changed so much in our culture, to the point where we have family reaching out. I want to do this in my state. We have her closest friends asking, I want to get into this. I'm, tired of just being at home. I want to do something of my own. And so it's super exciting to see the, success out of what we have done, and how it looks to other people, in the sense that they want to do it too. And that's really rewarding.
Absolutely. And I would like to add, where them trusting to give us a call and saying, how did you guys do it? We want to do it. And we supporting them and encouraging them to do it. And we tell them any support that they need, we are here. And that says a lot, because that all comes from the culture that we also got support of our family member. We got support from our franchise until we were open. Even today, we get the support. And if we can be someone else's support, it's a great feeling to have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
again, I'm envious of your culture. I truly am, how much further everyone is going to go, because you're acting as a role model. You're offering a bridge for someone else to build a business, and wise counsel and encouragement, and coming alongside of them. So to that point, what advice would you have to others? What have you learned that you think everyone should learn?
I would give one advice, is that, again, if you see that there is an opportunity, grab and run. Will there be an obstacles? Absolutely. Every business has obstacles. Fear of failure is the biggest one.
Mm.
But how do you know? Will you fail or will you succeed? Not just by thinking, by implementing, trying, running with that opportunity is the best way you'll find out if you succeed or you fail. So don't stop, don't create it, what if, just take that opportunity and run when you know you want to do this.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Spoken right out of my mouth.
Run, do it. And take someone with you. Right?
Exactly. Share the love.
Share the love. Do it together. Oh, what a beautiful message you ladies have. So for our final question, unless Tracy has one, but my final question. So Meera, when you look at your aunt, when you look at Tejal, give me 3 words that describe her. When you look at her, you say, this is what I think of when I look at my auntie.
compassionate,
Mm.
honest,
Oh,
and loving.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Tejal,
and
how
when I
about
see Meera, yes, when I see Meera, I feel like she's a box. She's a treasure of, oh my God, treasure of knowledge, passion, and she has a heart of gold, and I love that about her.
yeah, and
Beautiful
I
match.
think it kind of runs in the family.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
So where can somebody get in touch with you if they want to know more about each of you or more about Waxxpot?
Yeah, absolutely. They can reach out directly, honestly, to our personal emails. And picking up the phone and calling Waxxpot Dallas Uptown or Waxxpot Waterside Fort Worth. We're always there.
Lovely. And to kind of wrap it up, we got a general idea what Waxxpot does, but can you tell us all the services that you provide to your clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do full body waxing, both male and female. We use soft wax. And then aside from full body waxing, we also do lash lift and tint as well as brow tinting.
Okay, perfect. So those of you listening in that need the services in Dallas and of course Fort Worth, you got it right here. So ladies, thank you for sharing your heart and your wisdom. You are just beautiful together. I don't know what else to say. I've already said the word envious 3 times now. I'm going to say it again. I wished I would have had an auntie to come alongside of me, and I wished I had the financial knowledge that you had at such a young age, Meera. But you're creating something very beautiful, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you become role models and mentors to others as you continue to grow. So
Yeah.
thank you for being here. And Tracy, how about you? Any final words from you?
I have a few final words. So first of all, I think Rebecca, you and I should make all of our kids sit down and watch this and
Yes.
get them all rallying behind
Please.
us. It's interesting because one of my takeaways from this is when it comes to Waxpot, the two of you are really like living by example, showing your community how to get involved in this business. But what's interesting to me is that you each come from different backgrounds, one hospitality, one finance, but you also mentioned how a friend of yours who's a homemaker wanted to get into this business. So you're really proving that there's not one special skill that you need to get involved. Like anybody with any, I know. Okay. So I was saying, I don't know how much the recording got before it cut out, but I was saying that I love how they're living by example with their community because they're really showing that, anybody with any background, whether they're a homemaker or from finance or from hospitality, can, as long as they have a passion for a business, for this business, anybody can really take that one skill set that they have and form a team around them to get this done. To step into a business,
Yeah.
like Pod. The other thing is, I was telling the two of them, Meera and Tejal, that between the two of them, they really exude confidence, warmth, intelligence, right? That's what I mean. You can't help but see it. You can't help but notice it. They're just such a perfect complementary team to each other, a beautiful team. I see nothing but, the sky being the limit for both of you. Good for you. Really nice. Keeping it in the
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. And those listening in today to the Franchise Woman podcast, thank you for doing so. Make sure to comment, like, and share this video with the aunt and niece duo at Waxxpot. We really, really want you to share this. I think a lot of people are going to take away some value. I know Tracy has, and I have. And we'll see all of you next week on another episode.
Thank you so much, Tracy and Rebecca.
Thank you, guys.